Hey, it's Ezina. I just wanted to check in with you guys. I'm just getting back from a premiere of the movie Not a War Story. And the movie was about the filming of the Range 15 movie. And, it was a great movie. It was put together by a bunch of veterans, and that was totally cool. They had every echelon of the military. There were the Marines, there were the Army, they had the Air Force, and all the guys in there together. And it was very cool because they came together to tell their story about what it's actually like being in the military. And they did it with comedy, and it was a lot of fun, and I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed it. And I hope that you all will go out and see it too. And if you haven't seen Range 15, go out and check it out. Like, they did amazing things with this movie. These are guys who have never done a movie before. They went on to Indiegogo to raise money, and the plan was to raise, $350,000, and they ended up raising over $1 million to put together this film. So it was really exciting. And, what was also great is that, all these different people were coming and getting involved because it was by the veterans, for the veterans. So it was really, really cool because they were calling in all these favors, and, they were able to put together this really great movie. They were able to get a producer, and, I think at some point they hired a screenwriter to come in and tighten up the script for them and everything. But, this is the power of passion. And I talk a lot about that. When you are passionate about what you're doing and you love what you're doing, great things happen. You can create miracles. And this is a prime example of that happening, of that coming to fruition. Guys who had never done a movie before, coming together, in all walks of military, and putting together a really fun project. And I absolutely loved it. It's just great. So if you haven't seen Range 15, go to Amazon. It's #1 on Amazon. You can see it on iTunes. And, go out and support these guys, because I think it's really important that you see, just from an inspirational standpoint, what you can do when you're passionate about a project. And I think that was the most inspiring part for me, was to see what these guys who had never been in the business, had no acting training whatsoever, and they put together, this feature, and is taking it across the country. It's been in 550 movie theaters, and that's incredible. I mean, can you imagine? Like, some of you are in the business, and you know what it's like, to get your project up and going and everything. And you know what a feat that is to get their film into 550 theaters, and, to be #1 on Amazon. And just what I loved was just the camaraderie of the guys coming together and telling the story from their perspective. And something I hadn't thought about before that they mentioned is that, Hollywood gets it wrong when they tell stories about veterans. A lot of times the stories are about the guy who comes home from, war, and he can't find a job, and, leads to all of these issues, and, just these extreme examples, instead of, most of these guys come home and they're wonderful pillars to their communities, and they raise families, and, they're just like you and I. But, if we don't really see that side in Hollywood, it's tough to know. So I'm really happy that they got together and they told their story. And, for all of you out there, I know that everybody has a story. I know I have lots of stories that I want to tell and that I'm in the process of telling. And, I just encourage you all to tell your stories. I've lost grandparents recently. I've lost parents, and, they are gone with their stories with them. And there's so many unanswered questions. And I just think the greatest gift that you can give is to share your story. And you can share that story, in a movie. You can share it in a book. You can share it by, video logging, or blogging, or, tweeting, or Instagramming, or whatever you do. But just tell your story. Just share, tell your story. And if I can help you in any way, you know, I do teach a class called the 40-Day Book Challenge. And it's 40 days because I want people to get those projects done. So, you know, if you have any interest in that and you want to join me in the 40-Day Book Challenge, I'll put the link in my bio so you guys can check it out. But yes, please go out, support Range 15, and look for Not a War Story, the documentary about making Range 15, and tell your stories. It's really important. Share, share, share. You know, we live in a powerful world, in a powerful country, and there's so much we can do with all of this amazing technology. I mean, I just got home from a movie screening and took off my jewelry, and here I am just talking to you guys. So, you know, it's just incredible what we can do now. So please share your stories and connect with me on social. You know, double tap if you like this, and if you want help writing your book, I'll put the link in the bio, and I'll see you guys around. Stay in touch, DM me if you want to do a shout for shout or something like that. So talk to you guys soon. Ciao. Bye.